What's going on, everybody? Ember Gaming here, and today I have a video continuing on with the Gohan theme on what would happen or what would have happened if Gohan would have trained for the 7 years after the Cell games had ended and the Majin Buu / Great Saiyaman / pre-World Tournament or World Tournament arc would have begun. Alright, let's begin. So let's start off with what could have happened if Gohan would have continued his training for those 7 years. Then he would have been stronger. He had surpassed Vegeta already, so he would have tried to catch up to his dad in strength, who had achieved Super Saiyan 3 while he was training in the other world. However, I think Gohan would have found himself his own kind of form. So he wouldn't have achieved Super Saiyan 3, but he would have made his own base Super Saiyan much more powerful. Why I believe this? This is because Saiyans, as you've seen, when they train, we see Goku and his friends, Goku, Vegeta, when they try to train one form. Well, that's what Goku tries to do. He tries to increase the power of one form. Well, that's what they were trying to achieve within the hyperbolic time chamber with their training. That's what Goku did. So he did achieve an ascended Saiyan form, but he only used the first or base Super Saiyan form, whereas Gohan had achieved Super Saiyan 2. However, since that form is activated only in like a state of rage for him, then going into Super Saiyan 1 and training that up, then he would have been much more potent with the Super Saiyan 1. Next, what I believe would have happened if he would have trained for those 7 years is Goku would not have had to come back, or he would have had to come back for that one day, but the events that would have happened within the Majin Buu revival arc, which was like Deborah and those guys coming in, I think Gohan would have had a much more better chance of fighting against Deborah. What I mean by this is he wouldn't have been as weak, and as a result would have made it more easier on himself to kill Deborah. Secondly, what I think this would have meant is that when it came to fighting Majin Buu, he wouldn't have gotten one-shotted as we've seen in the anime and manga, which to me as a Gohan fan, I was just disappointed in that. What else I believe would have happened if he would have trained for those 7 years is he would have been a much more better teacher for Goten, because he would have been harnessing his own moves, but at the same time, since Chi-Chi did allow Goten to train, he would have also been stronger. So when it came to the tournament, then this influence would have rubbed off on Goten. Goten would have probably been able to beat Trunks, because Trunks trained with Vegeta every day. So then this would correlate to Goten and Gohan training. Two Saiyans training together equals more power. Next, what I believe would happen is if Gohan would have trained for those 7 years, then the Earth, when it came to the Majin Buu side, Majin Buu would not have been revived. Why I believe this to be so is because, firstly, Spoofabitch and his friend, right, they would have tried to take Gohan's power, but Gohan would have been strong enough to fend them off. Secondly, the Deborah incident wouldn't take place as explained earlier. And lastly, they would have had more capable fighters in the hope of beating Majin Buu. And there's also a what if I've been reading up on online. If I can find it, I'll link it in the description. But some people speculate that Gohan could have achieved a Super Saiyan 3 form. Well, I believe this could have happened. This wouldn't have happened. This is solely for the case that this form is, special to Goku only. So he would not have achieved a Super Saiyan 3 form, but improved the power of Super Saiyan 1 and Super Saiyan 2. Lastly, what I believe would have happened if Gohan would have trained in those 7 years is pretty simple. He would have been stronger than Goku. I'm just going to straight up and say, this is because during the Cell games, Gohan had surpassed Goku in power. To continue his own training, right, while the Earth was in a state of peace, then Gohan probably wouldn't have gotten as strong as Goku, but what I believe is he probably would have. Alright, the only reason I believe this is because Gohan has much more of a hidden potential, which we see when released with the unleashed potential, unlocked potential just made him crazy strong. And if he would have combined that with his strength he already had, then boom, he's super powerful. Considering that unlocked or Mystic Gohan is as strong as Super Saiyan 3 in a way, then combine that with his strength he would have gained if he would have trained, then boom, And then if you take this into later implications, if he would have continued that training for that 7 years and added that in with the extra years between the Resurrection F and the end of the Buu fight, then this would have meant that Gohan would have been strong enough to stand against Frieza and not again get one-shotted. But that's for another time. Here I'm just going to be telling you, focusing solely on that 7 years. I don't want to get off track a bit too much, but that's what could have happened. Lastly, well, I keep saying lost, but you know, these ideas, you know, they just keep popping up. But lastly, what I believe would have happened is if the training if Gohan would have continued his training for the 7 years, alright? That 7-year gap is such an important time, alright? This is because Vegeta, right, was trying to catch up to Goku. However, he knew that Gohan had passed him. So, if Gohan would have been stronger than Vegeta, then when it came to the fusion, or to beat Super Buu, Gotenk absorbed, or Gotenk Buu, as I like to call him, then would have been really easy to see that we would have had Gohan or Gokuan, something like that, some kind of amalgamation between those two. What I also believe is that if Gohan would have trained in those 7 years, then we would have seen the most powerful fighter on the earth, and Goku coming back for that one day wouldn't have had to return for any more or been revived at all, because he knew that his son had finally taken over as the guardian or protector or savior of the earth. So if you guys enjoyed this little theory kind of what if kind of video, leave a like, comment, subscribe and share to your friends, because I enjoy making content like this. And as always, I'll talk to you guys later.